You know, life is strange. We wake up every morning, and sometimes, we don't even realize that we are carrying heavy thoughts in our mind. Thoughts can be like quiet little seeds. At first, they are small, almost invisible. But if you keep feeding them with attention, they grow. And when they grow, they can change everything: your feelings, your actions, and even the results you get in life. Most people never stop to think about how powerful their thoughts are. They just go through their day, letting their mind wander anywhere it wants. They don't realize that their thoughts are like a steering wheel. If the steering wheel turns left, your life turns left. If it turns right, your life turns right. I want you to imagine this: you are sitting in a small boat on a river. The current is strong, and it's pulling you in a certain direction. That current is like your habits and your thoughts. If you do nothing, you'll drift wherever the current takes you. But if you take the oars and row, you can guide the boat to where you want to go. Your thoughts are those oars. They can help you fight against the current that is pulling you toward fear, doubt, and regret. They can also help you move toward courage, confidence, and success. The problem is, most people don't hold their oars. They let the river of life take them anywhere. Then, when they end up somewhere they don't like, they blame the river. But the truth is, you always have a choice. The mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It's more powerful than money, more powerful than connections, and more powerful than luck. Why? Because your mind decides how you use everything else. If you believe you can do something, you will find a way. If you believe you can't, you will find an excuse. That is why your inner dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, matters more than you think. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to encourage a friend? When your friend is sad, you tell them, "You can do this. Don't give up." But when it comes to yourself, you might say, "I'm not good enough. I'll probably fail." That's the trap. You're speaking hope to others, but fear to yourself. So, here's a truth I want you to remember: you are always listening to yourself. Every word you tell yourself shapes your future. When you wake up and say, "I'm tired, today is going to be hard," your mind starts searching for reasons to prove you right. But if you say, "I'm ready, today is my chance," your mind will search for opportunities instead. Now, I'm not saying life will suddenly become easy just because you think positive thoughts. Life will still test you. There will be problems, setbacks, and people who doubt you. But when your mind is strong, those challenges won't control you, they will shape you. Here's what I've learned: the difference between people who win and people who give up is not talent, not luck, not even intelligence. It's mental discipline. Winners know how to control their mind before their mind controls them. Think about athletes. The difference between the gold medalist and the one who comes in fourth is often just a fraction of a second. That fraction is not just about physical strength, it's about mental strength. The champion has trained their mind to keep pushing even when their body screams, "Stop." You can do the same in your life. When your mind says, "I can't," you can answer back, "I will." When your mind says, "This is too hard," you can answer, "This is how I grow." You see, fear will always whisper in your ear. Doubt will always try to hold your hand. But you don't have to listen. If you want to change your life, you must change the conversation inside your head. Start speaking to yourself like someone you love. Encourage yourself, remind yourself of your strengths, and tell yourself the truth: you are capable of more than you think. Here's a little exercise I use. Whenever I notice a negative thought, I stop and ask, "Is this thought helping me or hurting me?" If it's hurting me, I replace it with a better one. For example, if my mind says, "I'm not ready," I change it to, "I will prepare and get ready." This is not lying to yourself, it's leading you. Some of you listening right now might be thinking, "But you don't know my problems. You don't know my life." And you're right, I don't. But I do know this: no matter how heavy your past has been, your future is still unwritten. Your mind can either chain you to your past or free you to run toward your future. That choice belongs to you. I have seen people rise from nothing: no money, no connections, no education, just because they refused to let their mind give up. And I've seen people with every advantage in life fail because they let their doubts control them. It all starts with your thoughts. So today, I challenge you. Take one thought you've been holding, one negative, heavy thought, and replace it with a powerful one. If your thought is, I can't do it, change it to, I will figure it out. If your thought is, it's too late for me, change it to, it's my time now. Every great story begins with a change in thinking. I promise you, once you start controlling your thoughts, you will see changes everywhere, in your work, in your relationships, and in how you see yourself. Because here's the truth, success is not built in one big leap. It's built in small moments, small choices, and small thoughts that you repeat every day. Your mind is your home. If you keep it messy, you will feel lost and tired. If you keep it clean, you will feel focused and strong. So start today, clear out the lies, the fears, and the limits you've been telling yourself. Replace them with truth, courage, and hope. You see, fear is like a shadow. It's not real, but it follows you everywhere if you keep looking back. Most people don't know this, they think fear is a wall, but it's really just smoke. If you walk through it, you find out there's nothing solid there. I had to learn this the hard way. When I was younger, I waited for someone to tell me, it's okay, you can do it. But that day never came. And I realized if I kept waiting for someone else to believe in me, I would wait forever. So I decided to believe in myself first. Here's the truth, life doesn't give you confidence, you create it. Confidence is like a muscle. You can't read about it and suddenly have it. You have to use it, lift it, push it, until it grows strong. And every time you face something scary, that's your chance to lift that weight. I remember a day when I was so scared, my hands were shaking. I was about to take a big step that could change everything. And a small voice inside me said, what if you fail? But then another voice whispered, what if you fly? I chose to listen to the second voice. Because even if I fell, at least I would know I tried. Too many people never even try. They spend their life on the shore, watching others sail away, wondering what it would be like to see new lands. But they never untie their own boat because the waves look big. Let me tell you something, the waves will always look big until you're out there riding them. I don't want you to waste your life waiting for the right time. There is no perfect time. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. And here's another thing, stop asking, what if it doesn't work? Start asking, what if it does? Because the second question will fill your heart with hope. And hope is fuel. Without it, you stay stuck. With it, you move mountains. You know what stops most people from winning? It's not that they don't have talent. It's not that they don't have chances. It's that they keep telling themselves the wrong story. Let me explain. Every person talks to themselves every day, in their mind. Some people say, I'm not ready. Some say, I'm not good enough. Some even say, I'll probably mess it up. And guess what? When you tell yourself these things, your brain believes it. It acts like those words are the truth. So it stops you before you even start. That's why I had to change my story. I started telling myself, I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm capable. And every time fear came in, I answered it with, I can handle this. It didn't make fear disappear, but it made me stronger than my fear. I want you to remember something, you don't have to be fearless to win. You just have to move forward while you're still scared. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's choosing to act despite fear. One time, I had a big opportunity. It was a job I had always dreamed about. But I was young, inexperienced, and didn't know if I could do it. A friend told me, you're not ready. Another said, you might embarrass yourself. I thought about quitting before I even tried. But then I asked myself, if I say no now, will I regret it later? And the answer hit me hard, yes, I will. So I said yes to the job, even though I was shaking inside. The first week was hard. I made mistakes. I doubted myself. But I kept showing up, learning, improving. And one day, the boss said, I'm glad we hired you. You've got something special. That's when I realized. The only way to prove you can do something is to actually do it. No one can believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Here's another truth. If you want a better life, you must stop living like everyone else. Most people spend their days in comfort. They choose what's easy over what's right. They let small problems stop them. But successful people? They walk toward the challenge. They understand that every great reward comes with great effort. Think of a diamond. It's just a piece of coal that stayed under pressure until it became something valuable. You're the same. Every challenge, every trial, is shaping you into something stronger. So, the next time life feels heavy, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Try me." Because you're not here to be average, you're here to shine. Let's talk about something important: the moment you decide you've had enough. We all have that moment in life. It's the day you look at where you are and say, "No, this is not how my story will end." Maybe you've been stuck in a job you hate. Maybe you've been surrounded by people who don't believe in you. Maybe you've been living small, afraid to take risks. And then one day, something inside you wakes up. It's not always a loud moment. Sometimes it's quiet, like a whisper in your heart. It says, "You were made for more than this." When that moment comes, you have two choices. Go back to the life you've always known. Or step into the unknown to create the life you deserve. For me, that moment came when I realized I was spending more time dreaming than doing. I was waiting for the perfect time. Guess what? There is no perfect time. If you wait for it, you'll be waiting forever. So I started, even though I wasn't ready. I started, even though I was scared. I started, even though people laughed. Because here's the truth. The people who laugh at you now will one day ask how you did it. Now, let's talk about failure. Most people are afraid to fail. They see failure as proof they can't do it. But successful people? They see failure as the path to success. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. But do they say, "Walking isn't for me"? No. They keep trying until they get it. You have to be the same. If you fall, get back up. If you fail, try again. Every time you rise, you become stronger, wiser, and closer to your goal. I've failed more times than I can count. I've made mistakes that made me want to hide. But each failure taught me something I couldn't have learned any other way. And every time I failed, I came back better. If you want to start a business, start it. If you want to write a book, write it. If you want to travel, pack your bag and go. People might call you crazy. They might tell you to be realistic. But realism is just another word for giving up too soon. History is filled with people who were called crazy until they succeeded. So, let them talk. Your job is not to please them, your job is to prove yourself right. If you spend your time with people who complain, you'll start complaining. If you spend time with people who doubt, you'll start doubting. But if you spend time with people who dream big, you'll start dreaming bigger. When I started my journey, I had to leave some people behind. Not because I hated them, but because they weren't ready to grow. It hurt, but I knew I couldn't let their limits become mine. Surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, and believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. Those are the people who will help you climb higher. People love to say, "They just got lucky." No. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And preparation means you've been working, learning, and building even when nobody is watching. I spent months, sometimes years, working on things in silence before anyone noticed. When my chance came, I was ready. That's not luck. That's persistence. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will make you question yourself. But every test you face is there to shape you, not break you. It's there to show you what you're capable of. The key is to keep moving forward. Step by step. Day by day. Even if it feels slow, progress is still progress. One day, you'll look back and realize you're standing in a place you once prayed to reach. And you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because you didn't give up when it was hard. You see, life will keep testing you. Not to break you, but to prepare you. Every storm, every setback, every closed door. It's not there to stop you. It's there to make you ready for what's next. When I was younger, I thought life was supposed to be fair. I thought if I worked hard, I would win right away. But I learned something important. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you earn. And sometimes, it gives you lessons before it gives you rewards. Think about this. If everything was easy, you would never grow. If everything went your way, you would never learn patience. If everyone treated you kindly, you would never learn to be strong. The truth is, your pain is a teacher. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to build you into the person you were meant to be. I remember one of the hardest days of my life. Everything seemed to go wrong. I had bills I couldn't pay. I had people doubting me. I even doubted myself. I wanted to give up. I wanted to crawl into bed and hide from the world. But then I thought about my future self. The person I wanted to become. Would that person quit? Would that person give up just because it's hard? The answer was no. So I got up. I pushed through that day. And guess what? It wasn't my last bad day. But it was the day I learned that I am stronger than my worst moments. Most people stop when they're tired. Winners stop when they're done. If you quit halfway, you'll never see what you're capable of. You'll never know how close you were to success. Imagine climbing a mountain. It's steep, your legs hurt, you're out of breath. You think, I can't do this. But if you keep going just a little longer, you reach the top and see the view, a view that makes every step worth it. That's life. The hardest part comes right before the breakthrough. So when it feels unbearable, that's when you're closest to victory. I want to give you a truth you can hold on to. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the bad things that happened to you. You are what you choose to become today. Your past is a chapter, not the whole story. You can close that chapter and start a new one right now. I don't care if you failed 100 times. I don't care if people have given up on you. I don't care if you don't feel ready. The moment you decide, I will change my life. That is the FR, your new life begins.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.